Well, I have an announcement to make when it comes to the future of some content on my channel. However, I meant to do this a while ago, but life seems to keep happening. Hi there, it's Brett Hornby here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And as I say, I definitely have an announcement to share that this is going to be concerning the future of my Calgary Sports game recaps, as that's one of the things that I have done on my channel in the past. However, I think I'm going to have to do things a little differently, both based on the amount of time that I got to put in making those videos, as well as the views. I mean, you get the views right away and then no more as the season goes along. So I decided in this announcement video that I am going to make some changes. But before I get on with that, if you want to follow along with this Calgary Sports fans journey, home of the Flames, Hitmen, Roughnecks, Stampeders, as well as the Cavalry FC, just make sure you hit like, subscribe, and I have my other social media links down in the description below. And of course, I'm recording this at the end of September, on September 30th. And the reason why I have orange instead of my favorite color, red, because it's National Day for Truth and Reconciliation. So we got to raise awareness with the Every Child Matters movement, and that's why I'm doing the orange on there. So anyway, when it comes to my game recaps, what I used to do is I did like a full script, recap Flames and Hitman games every 6 games and make an episode on it. And then every month I do for the Stampeders and the Roughnecks. But then I realized that got too time consuming. I didn't have time to spend hours making a script. So I tried to streamline it a little bit, at least with the hockey this past season. And I still felt that was taking too much time trying to go over all the, the recaps and that. Because I'm unable to watch every game, and at least if I can read out the scores or read out the story of each game, I can make a recap based on that. But I think I'm going to have to streamline it down even further, as with my Calgary Flames game recaps this past season, I did the Stockton Heat quick hits, where I captured as many of the Stockton Heat games and did the playoffs separately, which I still think, when it comes to playoffs, when it comes to the Flames, Hitmen, as well as on the road to the Grey Cup, I think I'll still do a series preview or game preview, like for the semifinal to follow the Grey Cup, because you're still building up to that, recapping it. I'm definitely going to be streamlined. I think it's going to be streamlined more towards how I did my Stockton Heat quick hits. I think that's going to be more effective. I just don't have the time anymore to make a whole script and then make a whole video. I'll leave the whiteboard thing to the hockey guy, and I believe Steve Dangle on Sportsnet. He recaps a Leafs game every day, but those two creators, YouTube is full-time, or Steve Dangle with Sportsnet also works for Sportsnet, has his, thing on YouTube. Those people, those creators, are able to do that full-time. This guy doesn't, so I definitely don't have the time to make a big script. So I think what's going to happen, what I plan to do, is for the hockey as well as the football, I'm going to streamline it much more. Just break it down by quarter and do it by period and highlight who stood out in each game. So I think that's what's going to happen going forward. So that's what I'm probably going to wind up doing when I finally get around to recapping the second round of the Calgary Flames series that they had at the Edmonton Oilers. I just haven't had the time. I mean, you have the expectations and reality. Yeah, I did have some time off in summer, and I was ultimately just too tired and wound up trying to recharge, and I only had like one day to make videos. And since getting back to work, life still seems to keep happening, and I do have some more time coming up here in October, but I'm planning on trying to recharge and maybe taking in some fall foliage in the city. Oh yeah, we'll be going to the Calgary Flames home opener, so that's what I'm going to do. It's going to be more quick hits style, And I think the frequency of the videos will be less frequent as well. I think what I plan to do, well, I still got to recap the second round of the Calgary Flames Edmonton Oilers series, so I'm going to have to do that here quickly. But then when it comes to preseason, I'll do a preseason recap of the Calgary Flames. And then afterwards, it looks like hockey season usually, starts and ends in the middle of the month. So I think I'll do it monthly with the Calgary Flames Hitmen recaps, where I'll do it about the middle of the month. And I'll do that throughout the season. Instead of every 6 games, I'll do it monthly on the weekend, the closest weekend to it. I think that would make more sense just to fill it in, and so someone get the same information, just not going to spend as much time talking about each game. So I'll do that for the hockey, where for the Flames, there'll be a preseason episode, because they had their Young Stars tournament and the preseason games, and then they'll just do middle of October to middle of November until the end of the season. And I think for Hitmen, I'll do the preseason and the middle of the season as well. Probably maybe the middle of October and November for that going forward, and then I'll throw in some Wranglers content, quick hit style as well. Not too sure if I'll make that separate or throw that in with the Calgary Flames now that the Calgary Wranglers AHL is here. It's still going to be monthly for Roughnecks and Stampeders, and so speaking of those, I still got to do the playoff recap for the NLL playoffs. And then for the Cavalry FC on the pitch, I made already one episode for the first month. Well, now that we're into October and the season is about to wrap up, the next episode is just going to do a season recap. And I'll do the same thing for the Stampeders. And then afterwards I'll try to do it monthly again, but I'm not going to go over every drive. So that's just the announcement I have, that I still intend to do game recaps. I'm going to streamline it even more, just because I just don't have the time to make the full script, make a long video, recap the games. Yeah, and still put timestamps in, but I still think it's just not worth it anymore at this stage. And I can only do what I can with what I have as well. I said the whiteboard thing, you leave that to the hockey guy. Steve Dangle does this thing with the other games. I do a quick post-game recap on my second channel, Brett Hornby Shorts, where you should make sure you subscribe on that as well with the Stampeders and Flames games. So you still do that there. But I'm going to say that is my announcement. The game recaps are going to change. I actually think it's going to be for the better, just to make it quicker and easier to make the videos. So expect it happening monthly when it comes to the hockey content in the middle of the month, and then the end of the month when it comes to Roughnecks and Stampeders. But I'm going to have to do a whole season recap when it comes to the Stampeders as well as the Calgary FC, because at this stage of the season now, it just doesn't make sense to batch out several episodes and upload it all at the same time. I just don't have the time, and hopefully this can free up more time for me to do other content that I want to do on my channel in the future. But I'm going to say it's just trying to manage responsibilities, and life happening just seems to be a lot more challenging these days, especially this past year. So anyway, to close out, as I say, if you want to follow along with this Calgary Sports fans' journey, home the Flames, Hitmen, Roughnecks, and Stampeders, as well as the Calgary FC, I guess you can also throw in the Wranglers. Just make sure you like and subscribe, as I also do talk Calgary Sports on my YouTube channel, like recapping games, which that's going to change, as well as any stories that interest me. But I also do have a variety of non-sports content on my channel when I've had time, which hasn't seemed to be much of. I do have personal vlogs, attempt to comedy. I do share my experiences on the road or a sporting event, so if that all sounds like it'd be interesting to watch, to follow along with this Calgary Sports fans' journey, you do just make sure you like and subscribe. I have my other social media links down in the description below for other ways you can follow me, as well as my second channel in Brett Hornby Shorts, where I exclusively put my short form content on that channel. So I appreciate it. Subscribe both here on my main channel as well as my second channel. So I just want to say thanks for watching, and watch out for my new format when it comes to game recaps. I think it's going to be better and easier for me to do it in the long run. You always have to evolve and change when you're making content, especially when, like I say, life keeps happening. So, thank you.